How's it going, everybody? This is Cameron White with White Lad Astrology, giving you guys your weekly forecast of basically what the heck's going on in the universe. Today is Monday. I'd like to apologize for not doing this sooner. Yeah, this Venus retrograde. It's been interesting. It really, it. I mean, I saw it coming, of course. However, it hit me pretty hard, and not on the negative sense. It's gotten me a little bit in my shit. I've been looking, at things a lot differently, and it's kind of gotten me emotional. I'm human. I'm not perfect, and that was the reason why I really didn't do the video last night. And I was kind of like, today really wasn't all too great. The moon was in Cancer. It's squaring my moon. My moon's in Libra, and my Venus is also in Gemini, so this is definitely an interesting look with this Venus in Aries retrograde. However, I wasn't feeling good today. However, definitely still want to give you guys this horoscope of what's going on, because we're going into a pretty big week. Like, we're just dealing with this moon in Cancer today, and then, today's Monday, so it's the past now by the time you watch this. And going into tomorrow on Tuesday, the moon will still be in Cancer. We'll be having that grand cardinal cross that we've been having for, every single time the moon really goes into Cancer until Venus and Mars get out. But Uranus is going to be there anyway. Anyway, whatever. Tomorrow, wow, it's going to be pretty deep, guys. We're looking at so much going on and so much coming up to surface. Tuesday, like with the moon in Cancer, it's trining the sun, it's trining Mercury, it's trining Neptune. It's highlighting all the emotions that we were talking about during this new moon and the eclipse. Also with Neptune, the sun going over Neptune and stuff. This is bringing up a lot of those emotions, and a lot of that emotion is trust. And with this Venus retrograde in Aries, it's like, are you trusting yourself? Do you trust yourself? Do you have the better judgment? Are you going to move forward? Are you going to let your emotions just take you over? It's going to be like the moon's going to be it's going to be a pretty intense square to Venus all morning long until later on in the afternoon. It's going to be a big look at that. Bring out these emotions, though. Like, that's what it's here for. It's like right now, the astrology, in my best interpretation, is right now let's start off with Saturn being at 27 degrees. This is where he's going to stay for a little while until he goes retrograde next month, in less than a month. And so when he's chilling at 27 degrees, he's at like the galactic center point. It's big. It's more along the lines of what we've been learning with Saturn and Sagittarius, as far as pushing ourselves, as far as expanding, as far as growing, as far as looking for the deeper meaning to things, exploring, the adventure that's life. And this is sextiling Jupiter in retrograde. Saturn, this whole push, which is you always want to go with Saturn energy. You always want to do what Saturn wants you to do, because it's the place you really don't want to look at the most, and it's the most difficult. However, it gives you the best growth that you can ever get. Like when you just do your Saturn work, as I would say, it's just like, yep, went through that, I learned it, I conquered it, it's amazing. And so it's sextiling Jupiter in retrograde, finding, looking at the relationship that you are within yourself, about the positive things, about the light things, about what's beautiful about yourself, what's amazing about yourself, and finding that key balance in that relationship. However, now Venus with Aries in retrograde opposing this, now it's like, well, now what do I really want? Like, what am I worth? What am I capable of doing? What is all this kind of stuff? And so it's a really hard balance of what side you're leaning on, as far as looking inside of you. And with the moon right here, the moon squaring all this stuff and opposing Pluto, it's like, I don't want to deal with any of this. And it's gonna be it's gonna be there. But with Saturn, it's trining Mars and Uranus and Aries. I can't get over that. Thank God for this Saturn trine Uranus and Mars, Get excited about what you're doing. Get excited to create. Get excited to live the vision, to, to see, to what gets you like amped up, like what feels like a cup of coffee in the morning, like what gets you excited. Go do it. Go create it. However, now it's just a big look at, is it what, like, are you worthy of living your dreams? Are you worthy of doing all this stuff? Are you capable of doing all this stuff? Can you push yourself to those boundaries? That's what is really going on. And with the moon coming into Cancer, trining all this stuff in Pisces, it's going to be that emotion, that, releasing the emotions of like, I don't know. Like Pisces can live in confusion. However, you got to clear the fog, and you got to look at, okay, like, what am I really investing into? Like, what am I really getting myself into here? And you got to trust your intuition, trust your gut, trust that you know what you're doing, and know that that whatever you're doing as far as what it is that you want, that you will get it. Because then if you start to back off as far as like, letting other circumstances dictate that's when it's not going to be like, that's when you're going to, well, I mean, you literally create your own reality. So if you're going to back off from this energy, you're going to see those results, and that's going to be not getting what you want. And with astrology, it's all about getting what you want and saving time doing it. Like, I mean, you could study yourself and how people work for years and years and years, and it made, totally never make sense to you. You get into astrology and you could just be like, oh wow, I get it. Like, it totally makes sense. Save yourself some time. Save yourself the hard work. Use this energy. Like, get real with yourself. Everything that you know, and this sounds intense, everything that you know is crumbling. Our foundations of what we believed, of what we held ourselves on, right now it's in renovation. And keeping that in mind, you just got to be able to move forward. But it's the same thing as tearing down a house. It's like, oh, we could talk about, oh, this poor house, it's been here forever and it had so many good memories. Or you can go, yeah, fuck that house. Let's build a sweet, like, whatever, a better house, or a business, or whatever it is that you want to create. And know that you're going through that, is that, like, if you're the contractor, you can't just focus on the demolition. You got to focus on what's going to be built after that. Keep your mind on what kind of house you do want to create, where you do want to live, where, or what kind of business that you do want to have. Start focusing on that and stop focusing on the destruction of it. Keeping that in mind, that's when you'll start seeing the things come in place for it. So that's Monday. Or, I mean, that's Tuesday, my bad. However, that's just going to be this reoccurring thing. However, with the moon going into Cancer, that's just where it's going to start off on Tuesday. It's going to be rough. Then we got the moon going into Leo. Still going to be squaring Uranus and Mars, but not, like, later on that night and early into Thursday. It'll be trining all this stuff. That's the time to, like I just said, don't worry about the destruction of the house. Bring up your emotions. Feel your emotions. I gotta let this out. I really can't stand all these motivational speakers online that talk about how to avoid negative emotions. I'm like, that is the most self-destructive thing I've ever heard of. And you just ignore something in your life that has quite a bit of power over you, you just keep ignoring it, you're never going to get rid of it. You're never going to have any sort of tool. It's kind of like, I can keep all this trash and just throw it in the corner where I don't see it. Well, it's still going to be there, and it's going to smell worse and worse, and then you're going to have rats and a bunch of other shit. No, feel your negative emotions. Take that shit in. Feel your feelings. That's what they're there for. And then decide if that's what you want or if that's what you don't want. That's the greatest thing about our emotions, that we get to choose them at any time that we please. It's the same way, there's people that, if you're driving on the freeway and someone gets cut off, that will ruin someone's day. They won't shut up about it, and it'll just ruin their whole everything. Or there's other people that will be driving, someone cuts them off, and they don't even think twice about it. It's in one ear and out the other. It's history. It's the same way we can control our emotions with things. Feel your feelings. Feel the negativity. Decide, is this what I want to feel right now? What do I want to feel and what do I not want to feel? I want to feel, empowered. I want to feel positive. I want to feel happy. I want to feel focused. I want to feel, excited. I want to feel love. I want to feel whatever it is that you want to feel. Focus on feeling that. And when you feel these negative emotions, realize that that's not what you want. and just become more and more aware of it. And it's not something, it's not like you're going to feel your negative emotions and be like, oh, well, I feel my negative emotions, I'm going to choose differently, I'm fine now. No, it's not easy. Like, this is not easy. Going into astrology, going into taking on your life and wanting to, do whatever it is that you can to make your life better, whatever tool it is that you use, it's not easy. But that's what makes it so much fun, in my opinion, because I'm like, well, it's a new challenge every single day. I'm never bored. And I always, learn something new. And I mean, that's just my mindset about it. However, feel your emotions, feel them, and put more energy into what it is that you want to feel. And as the moon moves from Cancer to Leo, you'll start to feel it. That's why I say this stuff, because even though it's going to be like, oh, you're going to be feeling negative emotions, I tell you to do differently, because when the moon goes into Leo, you could either, if you're feeling your bad emotions, you could either start really beating yourself up, or you could really feel like really empowered. Moon will be in Leo on Wednesday, then on Thursday it'll be trining Venus, it'll be trining Uranus. That will be a nice sigh of relief. However, Saturn will then start squaring the Sun and Mercury. So be really conscious of what you're putting your energy into. Are you being distracted? Are you being miscommunicated? Are you being lied to? What's the real picture? Take off the illusion on the day-to-day things. Let's get clear here. Let's step into the Leo role of like, all right, like what's going on? What's the real deal? And this is when it gets interesting, is that Mars is now at 29 degrees Aries. Now we're on Friday, when the moon will have a grand fire / earth trine. We got Saturn and Sag trining Uranus in Aries, trining Moon in Leo. But it's also trining Mars 0 degrees Taurus. When Mars gets 0 degrees Taurus, it's went from, oh, let's build, let's create, I just want to like do me. That's what Mars in Aries is. I'm just going to do me and feel 100% me. Mars in Aries likes to lead, likes to build, likes to create, likes to have passion and adventure and those kind of things, fiery things. It also can get really, really mad. But that's a whole nother story. But when Mars moves into Taurus, what we were just talking about as far as what we want to do and all this stuff, the past couple weeks of energy has been building that. Like, what are we creating? What are we envisioning? What do we want? What are we going after to get it? What gets us excited? Then, when Mars moves into Taurus, it's like, okay, get it done. Taurus is all about stability. It's all about security. It's all about maintaining that wealth. And Mars likes to be in Taurus. Mars likes to get it done and make some money. I mean, Mars in Taurus, yeah. If you want to start a new business, if you want to, really get settled down somewhere, or anything that is more structured, solidified, grounded, makes you more money, makes you feel more comfortable, have more security, maybe a little bit of luxury, great energy for that. Good energy for that. Yeah, but when Mars moves into Taurus, it's time to get real about stuff. That's when you want to get like, okay, we were playing with different ideas. Let's dive into solidifying it. Like, let's make it real. Let's establish it. That was the word I've been looking for. And then the moon will be, it'll also be conjuncting the North Node. Good energy. Good Lord. I might just make I'm going to make another weekend episode. However, I might just do one for Friday, because Friday's awesome. And, so another reason why not to feel too sad, because we're going into an awesome time this week. So, like, get ready. It's about to be a party on Friday. And then Saturday, when the moon goes into Virgo, it's going to be a little bit of a storm. Oh, wait, on Friday? Did I even see that? I didn't even see that. Mercury goes over Chiron, too. Wow, I was not paying attention to that. That is going to be either a nice release from something, or nice, quick, swift hit in the butt. Saturn squaring it. So look at the stuff that, like we were just talking about. It's time to get real. Take off the illusion and the mask on all this stuff, like on your day-to-day things, like, oh, I don't really know, everything's still kind of uncertain, and get more aligned with your spiritual self. Get, like, with the stuff in Pisces, it's time to, like, really be practicing what you preach and really being in alignment with who you are. And with Mercury going over Chiron, That's going to be all about communication, internal dialogue, what you're speaking, how you're communicating, what you are creating, what you are doing, what's, all the little, Mercury, in my opinion, rules all the tiny things. Like, let's say if you're running a business, you know, Aries would have the idea, Taurus would get the stuff together, Gemini would figure out solutions, and then Cancer would make it homey, then Leo would make it really, big and awesome. Virgo would get down to the small, tiny little things, and all like the wiring and the plumbing and all that stuff. And then, anyway, Mercury rules like the tiny things, the papers, the pencils, if you're driving, like going and getting gas, like, yeah, you can go and go drive 1,000 miles, go have an adventure, but you gotta go get gas. That's Mercury kind of stuff, that idea. And so getting clear about the little things, about your internal dialogue. What are the tiny things that you're actually saying in your head that are constantly controlling your actions and your behaviors? Get real with yourself. Like, that's not who you want to be. You know who you are, and you know your truest, highest self. Like, go out and do it. Go out and be it, and experience it. And push yourself. With the Saturn Sagittarius, it's all about pushing farther. It's all about growth. It's all about taking off. It's about searching for more. And I do it. It's gonna, like, just do it. Don't resist it. Do not resist it. Do it. It's gonna feel good. And Saturday, Moon will go over to North Node, and then it'll start to square. Sorry, what was I looking at? Square Neptune and the Sun. Have a nice little full moon. However, or not square, my bad, oppose. We'll have a nice little full moon. However, use this nervous Virgo energy to, like, your moon in Virgo is going to take your emotions, be like, oh my God, what have I been doing? I've been wasting all my time. This is all unorganized. This is not where I need to be. God, use that energy. Sometimes everyone could use a little bit of Virgo energy. It'll be quincunxing this Venus in retrograde too, so that'll be like, yeah, I should probably start doing some more work on that and getting real with it. However, right now, with if you look at the chart, I wish I could pull it up. If you look at the chart without any time zone on it, you got Aries as the ascendant. We got all these planets like this, basically doing an X, and then we got Saturn and Pluto up here, and it basically looks like Saturn and Pluto are the puppeteers, and all the other planets are the puppets. This is definitely Saturn and Pluto are in control right now. Transformation and growth and doing hard work, like putting yourself through it, testing your limits, seeing how far you can go, and learning that the way that things were aren't the way that they are now, and that it's time to change and see what's going to work for you and make you the most secure, the most stable, the most true to yourself. And that's what the name of this game is. And so, man, that's your horoscope for this week. Wow. I'll be doing another video this weekend. Very excited for that. So, but yeah, I really appreciate everything. Yeah, you guys, follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Everyone that comments and likes, subscribes, shares. Like, I love all you guys. Ever reach out to me? If you ever got any questions, or if you'd like a reading too, if you'd like to book a reading, love to give you a reading. I love doing that. But yeah, other than that, it's going to be a good week if you choose it to be. So I hope you choose that. Sending you guys a lot of white light, and I'll be seeing you this weekend.